Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we got the Beer Keggers are at home, and they're going to be hosting the Grapplers. So as always, we have a lot of the players who have been playing. Apparently, they're not getting tired, so we're going to keep them in there. And the Grapplers, who I think we played before, we're currently 8-0, I believe is what it said. We got Zoom Dela Cruz is going to be up first for the Grapplers. And of course, Zoom is a little rattled here. Has not a lot of contact on the ball. So Dirt Baggis, who actually has a lot of pitches available to him, is going to start the first one off. Hell, why not? Let's go in fast. Let's see what they can do. Well, that catches her swinging for a strike. Number one. That's going to be a little bit on the inside for ball number one. Flex the next pitch. And she was expecting the heat there and did not quite get that heat. So that's a swing and a miss for two strikes. And then he catches her swinging for out number one.
Now batting, number
so here's
four,
Grove Street, number 51, Jamal in OCRP, is now pitching to his second batter with one away. That second batter is going to be Marco DeMarco, their center fielder today. Catches him swinging and missing for strike number one. That one he does reach out. He pops straight up in the air, and we got Big Slick out at left, calling it in the air, and that's out number two.
Now batting, number 25, the right field.
Get my microphone just a little bit more volume here. Let me know if it's too loud, especially if I get excited. I'll have to back off the microphone. As Dirt Baggis has two away at the top of the first here, the visiting team, the Grapplers, their third batter reaches down. He hits that one up, but Reliable comes out from center and is calling for that, and that's out number three. So no run scored for the Grapplers at the top of the first. So now with the big Beer Keggers, if I could spit that out, is coming up their first at-bat, and they're sending the normal lineup. Bojack Woodsman up first, and Mariana Beer is going to be on deck. So no homers himself with 10 RBIs. Here's the Woodsman. You guys know him too well. And the first one, typical, is a pop. That one goes right to short. They're going to nail him out at first. So one away as Mariana Beer walks up to the plate. Now she does have 3 homers. In their last game, she hit that 3-run home run, if you remember. She lets the first one come right over the top of the plate for strike number one. That's going to be a floater on the inside for ball number one. That one she swings, but it ain't even there yet. And so that one she's going to hit out to left field on first, nice and secure for a base hit. As Big Slick, Brandon Balls, Mr. Grand Slam. Well, at least in the last game, he had a Grand Slam. He's up first, one away. Mariana's on first. That one's just off his shoelaces for ball number one. He smashes that down the right fielder, and that sends Mariana to third. Now she's headed home as Balls passes second on his way to third. He comes and spikes up, and he's out. And that's some complete horseshit there, as he was there before the ball got there. However, 2 away, a run scored as the Silver Ghost, Mr. Whitehair himself, Old Man Kung Fu Beer, swings and misses on that one. That's going to be, that's ball number 2. That's coming as a strike. That one he punches out right to center, so he'll be on first. And there's 2 away. Beer's on first. And that's obviously going to bring up Mr. Reliable.
73, the center field.
So here's the first pitch of Reliable. He smashes that right out to the left fielder, puts Beer on second. Reliable's on first with 2 away. Hey guys, Mr. Dirty Kurt comes up, our right fielder, who has 14 RBIs but no homers. He lets that one come right over the center of the plate. Strike one. He didn't like that pitch. That one he punches out to center, so he'll go to first. He'll load the bases up with 2 outs. And the savior of the day potentially could be Nail Clipper Flipper. Or this could be a complete disaster. Probably going to be a complete disaster. As the first one comes a little low, but high enough to be strike number 1. That's going to, yeah, that's a complete disaster. So that's out number 3 with the bases loaded. Now Clipper couldn't pull it off, so 1 run scored for the Beer Keggers at the bottom of the first. Ali Fenderi and Jess Fowler, the first 2 up for the Grapplers.
Now batting, number 15, the third baseman.
So 4 RBIs herself, Fenderi is now facing Dirt Baggers for the first time ever this season. And she's going to hit that. Beer jumps for it, doesn't quite get to it. That goes out to Dirty Kurt, who throws it off the first, not quite in time. So the runner Fenderi is on first. As foul now comes up, their first baseman has quite a bit of power, actually. Dirt Baggers takes a peek at first and sends the pitch. Old Man Beer jumps for it, doesn't even come close to it, so it goes out to Reliable at center, fires it off to second, holding the runners on first and second. With no outs, Ian Fielder is up, 1 home run himself, 6 RBIs. And quite the heck of a goatee there if you take a look at that. Here's number 46. That goes to Beer, who fires at the second and goes out to first, doesn't quite make the double play. However, at least there's 1 out. A few less runners on. We have a runner on first and third, so split runners with 1 away. As Sox comes up, their left fielder, feeling okay about this, facing Dirt Baggers. Reaches up, pops that one out in the air. Kurt's all over this. He sends it out, fires it back to first, and all the runners return to their bases. So now we got Signorino, whatever. Anyways, Grizz is locked in there, facing Dirt Baggers. Runners on first and second, now 2 away. And here's a changeup going to the mitt. Kapowie. Oh no! We meant to throw it to first, but it didn't come close. Instead, we threw it to second, where the runner was already standing there pretty much. As Lovelorn comes up now, 1 run comes in, tying the game for the Grapplers. Dirt Baggers is going to fire off some fastballs here to see if they can make contact. Well, that does. That's a foul ball. Doesn't quite clear the plate. So that's going to be strike number 1 as it's considered. That one goes over to Dirty Kurt, who picks that up, fires it off the first for an easy out number 3. So at the top of 2, the Grapplers put 1 on the board, tying the game as the Beer Keggers are sending up Deviant, who's currently missing from the chat. His favorite player, Sidewinder Kapowie. 18 RBIs, no home runs, but a .619 average. Powie's the catcher for the Beer Keggers, who lets that one come in low just off the plate for ball number 1. That's going to be a little on the inside. However, it does scrape the plate for strike number 1. Sidewinder likes that one, so she hits that out to center, in between center and left, so she's headed off to second. She's going to come in, spikes up, and safe on second for a double. So here's Dirt Baggers. He has a .700 average, 4 RBIs on the season. He has pitched before. Howie's on second. Jamal hits that thing right out to center enough where he gets on first. I should have run Kapowie in. Kapowie comes in a little too late, so we'll send Kapowie in the pickle. Okay, now Dirt Baggers takes off. Now they're both in a pickle as Kapowie tries to get to third and makes it.
Now batting.
I don't like trying to control just one runner, so we'll control both of them. So with Kapowie on third, Dirt Baggers on first, Woodsman comes up. And he smashes that right out to center. So that brings Kapowie in slowly on her walker as Dirt Baggers is on second, and Woodsman makes it to first. So here's Mariana Beer, our second baseman, 1 for 1 today, so she got on base her last at-bat. She does have that big home run. She's going to also get on base right here as that goes out to the left fielder. And now bases are loaded with 0 outs currently. However, this could turn into a quick triple play for the Grapplers as, obviously, Big Slick's up the bat. He hits that down. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Nobody gets it. So 1 run scored for the Beer Keggers as the bases remain loaded. And here's the man of the hour. He has a grand slam on his record. And now would be a great time to do another one. But But it's not going to. He's going to hit it right to the second baseman, who reaches up and snags it out of the air for out number 1.
The center field.
Easy come, easy go for Kung Fu Beer, as Reliable comes to the plate with 1 away. He swings just a bit too early, so that one fouls. And here we go. Reliable's on first, and bases remain loaded with 1 more run scored for the Keggers.
Now batting, number
Hey guys, Dirty Kurt's up. He does not have a home run, 14 RBIs, so could you imagine if he got a grand slam? I don't think he has the power, but he does have the power to hit the shit out of that one over foul, just not out in the area of play. He's going to let those go, so 2-1 is the count now with 1 away. He golfs that one, goes to second. Here comes a double play, and that's it for the Beer Keggers. So 3 runs scored at the bottom of the second. The Grapplers are sending Zoom Delacruz, the top of the lineup, up first. 0 for 1 today. It's a strikeout. And then Marco DeMarco will be following.
now batting,
Delacruz is still rattled.
the second base.
Not a lot of contact on the ball. Dirtbag picks his pitch. Sends that one right to Kung Fu Beer at short. Fires it off the first. Out number 1.
Now batting, number 4, the center fielder.
2 home runs, 4 RBIs, 239 average. Marco, their center fielder, is up for his second at-bat. I believe he struck out the last time, unless he popped out. I don't remember what it was now. Doesn't matter. Marco's now facing Dirtbaggers for the second time. That gets fouled, so this count is 0-2 with 1 away. All right. So let's see what this does. And that strikes him out. Well, out number 2 is DeMarco walks back shamefully back to his dugout with 2 away. Jovan Bambino, who doesn't have that great of an average, now comes up to the plate. However, if you look at that power that he has, this could be interesting. Good job, Z Brunna. Oh, Jesus, look at this. Monitor picks that up right on. Oh, so, okay, I guess. What? How does it not come off the wall? That's ridiculous. Well, so they get a freebie there as we're looking at the chat. And we saw Z Brunna got his affiliate email from Twitch. Congratulations, Z Brunna. You are now a member of the affiliate team. Congratulations. Here's Federi, who got, what, a triple or something last time she was at bat. Then we got DOJRP1K24 is now following. Thank you so much for the follow as we're playing a little baseball right here. That one gets tipped off out, foul. And the next pitch with 2 away, 1-2 is the count. Oh, let's see. What do we want to do? A slider, maybe? I don't know. We're going to figure it out right here. She's going to get a hold of that. That goes foul. Let's go ahead and put it in there. That strikes her out. So that's the 3rd out as Dirtbaggus Jamal walks in like he's going from Grove Street into the gas station like he owns the place. The top of 3, the Grapplers score 0. The Beer Keggers send a nail clipper flipper up first, who his is at last bat. He kind of blew it. So he has a chance to redeem himself right now. 730 average, no homers. However, he does have a ton of RBIs. Lets the first one come over the plate for strike number 1. That's going to push him out of the box as the pitcher's trying to knock his block off. So he'll go ahead and he'll take a swing at that one. That's going to get snagged out at center. That's out number 1.
Now batting, number 13, the catcher.
So here we go. We got now Sidewinder Kapowie is coming up. That one's coming in kind of a weird pitch there. Ball number 1. Kapowie swings about 20 minutes too late. So that's strike number 1. That one she swings just a bit too early for strike number 2, and it fouls. That one goes to first base. Kapowie's out of there with 2 away.
Now batting,
All the hopes of this inning now pin on Dirtbaggus, who did get on base his last at-bat with 2 away. First pitch is in the dirt. Well, I guess not. It was a little bit, it was high enough, but that's out number 3 as it goes to the left fielder. So 3 up, 3 down for the Beer Keggers. And the top of the fourth, the Grapplers are sending Jess Fowl, who got on base her last at bat. And Ian Fielder will be up next.
Now batting, number 12, the first baseman.
The 2 homers, 3 RBIs, 286 average. Fowl, the first baseman. I believe I gave her stats last time she was up. Is going to be up here facing Dirt Baggis. The first one's on the inside, low for ball number 1. He swings and misses at that one for strike 1. 1-1. He does get connect with that one. That goes to Reliable at center. He'll just pick it up, throw it off to second, where Kapowie's standing to hold the runner on first.
Now batting, number 46.
Here's the sweet goatee, Ian Fielder, who does have a home run himself. There's shortstop. Runner on first. That goes right to Beer, who picks that up out of the air, throws it off to first, but doesn't make it in time. So the Woodsman can't tag her out. But with 1 away, runner on first, Sox comes up. And the first pitch is coming right now, inside ball number 1. That gets popped out to Reliable, who's going to grab that. He's going to fire it out the first. Hopefully doesn't throw his arm out of the socket again, throwing it that far. And it makes it, but the runner is safe. So 2 away, runner still on first. Signorino, their catcher, is up. Doesn't have a lot of power, so I don't know if a home run can happen, but we're going to try to throw a fastball. And Bojack dives for it. What? How is that fair? What the hell? So we'll throw it out to home. Holds the runner on third. Maybe it landed. I don't know. Maybe it landed on the inside of the play area there, and inside the line. I don't know. Here's the next pitch. That's a fastball. I'm not going to jump for it because I don't want it to be fair. So Chris Dirt Baggis has 2 outs, 1 strike. Now 2 strikes. As the Lovelorn swings himself out for out number 3. He is so upset with himself. He tries to break his bat on his kneecap. Hopefully it busts his kneecap. As Bojack Woodsman, 1 for 2 today, is up first for the Beer Keggers at the bottom of the 4th.
Now batting, number 1.
Bojack's on fire. He does have 11 RBIs. No homers, though. I don't know why he's on fire, but let's see what he does here. Smashes that right out to center, so he's on first. It's a beautiful hit to get him on base. And Mariana Beer is going to follow him up right now.
Now batting, number 21.
Who's got on base both her at-bats today. Going to let that first one go. Strike. He punches that down the third base line. That's foul as it hits just outside the third base line. He has to hit that one because that was probably going to be strike. However, that goes foul. So 0-2. That's in a beautiful spot, Mariana, as she crosses first, headed to second. The Woodsman is crossing third, heading home. Woodsman's going to make it with his spikes in the air. So it's a double RBI for Mariana Beer. As her brother-in-law, Big Slick Balls, now up. Smashes that to shortstop. He's going to get him out at first. Oh, Mariana's running back to second. Slides in first, so we saved the out there. And now we got first and second loaded with Kung Fu Beer, who's 1 for 2 today, up next. No outs. Gonna let that one come in high. He normally swings at those high ones like an idiot. That one he lets go in. That almost hits Beer. She don't know what to do, so she's standing there, and then Beer Kung Fu passes first, headed to second, and we should have sent our... Oh, lordy. So we should have sent Balls in, but he decided to hold up on third. Maybe got tired from first, or from second to third. I'm not sure there. Oh, he was on first. Well, anyways, that one's going to be on the inside for ball number 1. As Reliable hits that foul down the first base line. That one he's going to smash the shit out of that, but it's going to come inbounds as everybody's diving for it, but nobody can get to it. Reliable's crossing second, headed to third, spikes up, but he's running back now. He's coming in head first on second. So he got 2 runs on that and a double out of it, almost a triple. If we would have continued, he probably would have got out again. The Dirty Kurt's up now. Reliable on second. Kurt swings just a tad bit too early, sends that one foul over his shoulder. Oh, what the hell is that? So he barely gets a piece of it and sends it right out to the third baseman, who teacups it and tries to pick off Reliable, getting back to second, who actually makes it. The one away, here's Flipper. Get back, get back, get back, get back, get back, get back. No! I was pushed the wrong button, so we sent Reliable towards third, and he didn't have the juice to make it back. But that's okay, because at the bottom of the fourth, the Beer Keggers put 4 on the board, who now have a 7-point lead. Veteran Chaos is going to mention my mathematics in just a moment. So here's Zoom De La Cruz, who's still rattled, probably from the first at-bat facing Dirtbagus. So Dirtbagus is not rattled, so he's going to go ahead and fire this one in. Oh, she gets a hold of it, but it goes right to Kung Fu Beer at short, fires it out to first. That's out number 1. So here's DeMarco again. 0 for 2 today. I think his last 2 have been strikeouts. That's fine. We like strikeouts. Dirtbagus winds up. Sends that one in. That one goes foul. Expecting a little bit of a heater there. And another one that he was expecting that heater. And now we got 2 strikes. And that one gets tipped foul. So 0-2 is still the count. That one goes just past Beer. It goes out to Reliable, who's just going to go ahead and, well, I meant to throw it to second. Tried to save Reliable's arm there. Last season, he threw out his shoulder, throwing it all the way to first. So I'm trying to prevent that same injury this season. But with 1 out, runner on first, Gambino is facing Dirtbagus. All right, we'll see you, Malibu, when you get back. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. This video will be up on YouTube in the next few days, so if you want to finish watching this game, it will be here for you, my friend. We'll see you when you get back. That's a little high, says the umpire. The crowd, you can hear, is getting a little crazy as the first baseman tries to steal, but Kapowie doesn't have quite the arm to make it there. So we have 2-2 with 1 out. The runner on first was trying to steal. They're stealing again. So that goes to get that right there and fire it off for the double play that you don't get to see that often. So that's 3 outs as the Grapplers go back to their dugout, grab their mitts with no runs on the board. The Beer Keggers are sending Kapowie up first. And then Chris Dirtbagus will be right behind her.
Now batting, number 13, the catcher.
All right, Kapowie's going to get the first pitch coming here. She lets that one go. It's going to be a little bit on the outside for ball number 1. That one she punches down, but that goes foul. So 1-1 is now the count. That goes out to right. Who snags that one out of the air? That's out of the ear? I meant the air. So that's strike number 1.
The pitcher.
So here's Dirtbagus. Lets that first one come in a little low. However, it's high enough to be strike number 1. That one he punches, almost hits the pitcher, his rival there, and he makes it to first where he holds up.
Now batting.
Here's Woodsman 2 for 3 so far today, with Dirtbagus on first, 1 away. Bojax gets a piece of that one. Not like, well, he got a piece of it enough to send it out to the wall. So here's, oh shit. Okay, so we're going back, diving in first. Okay. So the catcher chases Dirtbagus all the way back to third. So that gives Bojack a double. And Dirtbagus is on third. And here's Mariana Beer. I don't even know why I even thought about that. Swung way too late. That's going to be on the outside for ball 1. 1-1 with 1 away. He does get a hold of that. That's going to get picked up there. The runners hold on their bases as
Now batting,
Big Slick
number 74,
Brandon
the
Balls
left
comes up.
fielder.
No stranger to sort of pressure. Balls, he cracks a piece of shit, and he's out number 3. So no runs scored after all that at the bottom of the 5th. Top of the 6th, Benderi, 1 for 2 with the strikeout there, is coming up first.
Now batting, number 15.
So Dirt Baggers is still
the
feeling
third
pretty good
baseman.
about it. His chances here of pitching throughout the entire game, we'll leave him in there as long as he feels up to it. And he's performing. It's all about performance. The first one comes in ball 1. Second one also a ball. Now his performance is going down because I mentioned performance. That one right in the mitt, right in the center, strike number 1. That one gets punched out too reliable. Who's going to pick it up and not throw his arm out by just sending it off to Beer on second. And now we got Just Foul, who's 2 for 2 today. So every at bat she's been on, she does have 2 homers though. So we have to be careful here, so she doesn't knock the hell out of this one and put it into next week. That's going to be on the inside somehow for ball 1. He does swing and miss on that one, but tips it just slightly for foul. A 1-1. He's expecting the fastball and did not get it. Therefore, she swings way too early. And that strikes her out. She's disappointed in herself
Now batting,
as
number
Felder comes up with 1
46,
away
the shortstop.
and is 0 for 2 today himself. So that one gets tipped off. I don't know who I guess I'm running over there because I tried to throw it, but nobody was there yet. But now the runner on first advances to second,
The left fielder.
and we now have 2 away with a runner on second. So here's Sox. Sox hits that one over to Beer, who dives for it, stops it, picks it up, fires it off. A little too late. Safe. I didn't realize I had it. I was looking for it on the ground.
Number 11.
And once I got up and threw it first, it was just a bit too late. So now there's a runner on first and third with 2 away. And that one goes to Woodsman, who can't quite get to it in time. So we'll fire that off at first. A runner scores, puts another one on the board for the Grapplers.
Now
8-2
batting,
is now the
number
score.
42, the pitcher.
Turlington is up right now, the relief pitcher. And not a whole lot going on there as far as power and contact and all that stuff. So Chris is going to take his chance. Sends that first one in way too high for ball number 1. That's right across the plate for strike number 1. 1-1 with 2 away. Runners on first and second. That's fair. That goes to first. And that's out number 3 for the Grapplers, who put one up on the board. And the Beer Keggers, the bottom of the 6th, are sending Kung Fu Beer up first. And Mr. Reliable, Mater Hinkie, is on deck. In the batter box. I always have that habit of saying he's in the batter box, but that's the batter box the Kung Fu Beer is currently sitting in. Beer needs to do something with his average here because he's either home run, he's like a Reggie Jackson, he either gets a home run or gets nothing. So he has 1-1 now at the count. That one he does hit. That's going to be good for at least a base hit. Looks like more like a double as Beer heads towards second. Gets the wheelchair out and comes into second just in time. Spikes up as Reliable is now in the box with no outs. Hits that right to third. That sends Beer back to second. Out number 1. Beer's safe as he made it back. Dirty Kurt switches inside of the batter box to confuse the pitcher, and maybe himself as well. As the pitch comes in, he lets that one come over the inside of the plate for strike 1. That one pushes him out, and that's ball number 1. That's in the dirt, bowling ball, 2-1. He does get a piece of that one. I don't think it's going to be enough as Beer gets back to second and is hanging out there with his friend, the second baseman. So here's now Clipper Flipper. 0 for 3 today, has not made it to base yet, so he'd love to see what that looks like with 2 away. That comes in on the inside for ball number 1. He does hit that right to first baseman, so he again is not going to see first base today. And that's it for the Beer Keggers at the bottom of the 6th. No runs on the board. Doom De La Cruz up in the lineup with 3 strikeouts is first up.
Now batting, number 17, the second baseman.
The rattled still or something. Well, look at. So we have the stamina dropping off Chris Sturtbagus. The mojo's locked in. Not a whole lot of velocity. The junk is still okay, though, so he's going to stay in there right now. That gets tipped line drive back behind the home plate for strike number 1. That's over the plate as well. So that's 0-2. That's going to be a bit too high. And that's going to be ball number 1. 1-2. That one gets tipped up in the air. Kapawi is standing underneath it and pulls that one in for out number 1. Now we got DeMarco, who's 1 for 3 today, is up next. I think Dirtbag is losing his stamina there. Stamina! I've got stamina! Apparently not, as Dirtbagus winds up and tries to get it there in time, and thankfully we have DeMarco's hoping for some heat, but he gets the Dirtbagus stamina. That is ball number 1. 1-1. He does reach down that, goes right underneath Beer's legs, and Reliable picks that up, fires it up to second, holds the runner at first.
Now batting, number 25.
So here we got Bambino, 1 for 3 today. A homer, 4 RBIs. Stamina is trying to pick the right pitch before he gets injured, throwing it too hard. The first one goes ball. The second one gets popped out to Big Slick, who picks it up off the ground, and I don't know where he's throwing it. I asked him to throw it somewhere, and here's Sombrero Chicken, who just rolls on into the chat. How you doing, buddy? It's snowing at Too Tall's house because he lives in Alaska, apparently. I don't know where you're at, but that one gets popped off, and hey, guys, can't quite make it there in time, so he gets out there, and he throws it all the way to third base, where it's going to roll in about 20 minutes too late as 2 runs come in, and the hitter makes it to third base for a triple without any problem. Same thing, Michigan. My in-laws live. And now Clipper Flippers from there as well. But right now, we have Jess Fowl up from the Grapplers. I have no idea where she lives. And that one goes to Dirty Kurt, who fires that off the first, and it's safe. I should have just fired it home, but that's not what happened. We don't often get what we want there, especially when the Beer Keggers are only now leading by 3, and stamina is starting to fall apart here. Well, that goes to stamina, fires it to second, that gets out, and that's not enough for a double play. However, the runner that was advancing to second is gone. And now we got a runner on first, 2 outs. And let's see if stamina can get through the... Oh, where we going? Where we going? Where we going? Over to first, and that's out number 3. So there was a leaping, diving catch by Michigan board Nell Clipper Flipper, who gets it off the first just in time for out number 3. So the lead has shrunk to just 3 runs as the Beer Keggers send Sidewinder Kapawi up first.
Now batting, number 13, the catcher.
Here's the first pitch for Kapawi. Let's the first one come right over to the center of the plate. Strike number 1. That one she likes, almost kills the pitcher in the process and makes it to first base safely.
Now batting, number 51, the pitcher.
The Dirtbagus, who's 2 for 3 today, is trying to do something here as Kapawi's on first. Dirtbagus sends it out, and a diving catch, but not quite soon enough as Dirtbagus crosses first, heads to second, but Kapawi's parked there, so he goes back to first. So runner on first and second, no outs as Woodsman steps up to the plate. Lets that first one curve in just at the last second over the plate for strike 1. That's going to be too low for ball number 1. That's also too low, ball number 2. Off the dirt for ball number 3. He's going to let this one, he's going to take a peek at here. And that gets walked. Bojack gets walked there, so now bases are loaded as Mariana Beer was one runner shy of a grand slam. Her last home run comes up, no outs. She smashes that one in the sky. I don't know. That's close. And that's it. Mariana Beer with the grand slam. 444 feet. She comes in. All of her teammates are there. Here comes her brother-in-law, Big Slick Balls, to give her congratulations at the plate as 4 runs were scored for the Beer Keggers. And the pitchers have had enough, so they're going to swap them out. Here's Big Slick. Smashes that one out to center, puts him on first. So 5-12 is now the score with Big Slick on first and his brother Kung Fu Beer's up now.
Now batting number 71.
We got 50 bits from Happy Ghost, 350. Thank you so much. Kung Fu Beer is going to hope to do something here, but he lets that first one go strike number 1. That means he's going to be out. Watch. Touches that to third, who fouls that one, fires it to second. They get him, and Beer gets safe on first. So they get Big Slick on second, and Kung Fu, with those 50 bits, stepped it out just slightly a little bit to make it to first in time. So 1 out, Beer's on first. Reliable keeps hitting these things foul. Broke somebody's face in the stands. And he does reach up that one. That one's going to, is that going to be out? Oh my gosh. The Beer, oh no, what's going on? The Beer is running to third. He slides in. He's safe on third after the confusion there, thinking he was going to get caught, and he doesn't have the speed. So he makes it to third. Reliable makes it to second. And then here we go with Dirty Kurt. Smashes that first one foul. Lets that one go ball just on the outside. 1-1. Does get a hold of that one. That one, however, is going to get caught, and then Beer is going to run in home. And let's see if he can make it. Oh, we got it Reliable now in a pickle. Well, let's see if we can get him back to second safely, and he does. I was worried about Beer turning around and coming back when he was like a half an inch from the plate, but he actually made it this time. And so Reliable's on second. There's 2 away. Now Clipper Flipper looking for snow right now. That's the first one come over. Ball number 1. Does hit that, but that's going foul down the first base line. Reliable gets a lead. That one's going to second. Flipper's out at first. He still does not get to see first base today. So we have 5 runs scored at the bottom of the 7th. And then the top of the 8th, they're sending Grizz Signorino and Bill Noggins up. Biff Noggins. Biff
number
Noggins.
11, the catcher.
So no homers. Well, Stamina is going to need a break. See, Stamina's falling apart right now. So we're going to have to substitute Stamina here. And we got Baseman. Got Cybex, who has it. You guys haven't seen Cybex. Let's see what Cybex does. Last time he pitched, I think he gave away like 19 home runs, like with 2 batters or something like that. So his first pitch comes in as a slider, and they whack it straight up in the air as Reliable grabs that out. And that's going to be out number 1 as Biff, Mr. Red Mohawk himself for the Grapplers. No homers, no RBIs comes up. I think that's his first at-bat this season. He goes swinging for that one. The garbage ball got him. And the second one goes foul, so he's sitting at 0-2 with 1 away. Cybex winds up. That one goes straight up in the air over the back off the backstop there. So that's going to be a foul ball. Okay, well, here we go. So Cybex reaches, he tosses it out to first base with 2 away now as Dela Cruz is back 0 for 4 today. Right down the middle. It's a homer waiting to happen, I bet. As Cybex sends that first one strike right in the middle. That catchers are swinging for strike number 2. She swings out, and Cybex has got a wonderful record at the top of the 8th. with no runs scored. 3 up, 3 down. A Sidewinder Kapowie is up. No swing, or no big swing, no ding. That's for sure.
Now batting, number 13.
I like that. Big swing, no ding. I'm going to use that. So here's Avero throwing garbage at Kapowie, the first one. She likes that one, sends it out to right, and Kapowie's out, number 1.
Now batting.
So here's Cybex with his pretty sweet mustache. Got some Hubba Bubba in there, chewing on something. He kind of gets a piece of that one, just enough to make it on first as the center fielder comes out, picks it up, sends it off to second.
Now batting,
here's Woodsman.
Number 1, the first baseman.
It's one away. Lets the first one come in on the inside, almost off his knees for ball number 1. That one he swings too early and sends it foul for strike 1. That one he gets a piece of. That goes out to right. So he's out as Cybex makes it back to first base.
Now batting.
So here's Grand Slam beer.
The second base.
Both beers have Grand Slams on. Actually, all 3 of them family members have them now, I guess, huh? You had Big Slick, Kung Fu Beer, and Mariana Beer all have Grand Slams. That's out number 3. As I'm talking about Grand Slams, she gets nailed out there at second. So the Grapplers, their last at bat, unless they tie the game, the top of the 9th, DeMarco's up first, who's 2 for 4 today,
Now
facing
batting,
Cybex for the
number
first time
4,
this season.
The center fielder.
So here's the first pitch. That gets, can't quite get there. Beer picks it up, fires first just in time for out number 1. 2 outs remaining in the game as Bambino comes up.
Right fielder.
Whole bunch of power, so Cybex slows it down just a little bit. He falls for it and swings and a miss for strike number 1. And the same thing happens when he throws the curveball. Strike number 2. 0-2 with 1 away. That one he gets a hold of. Beer slides for it, doesn't even come close to it as Reliable picks it up, throws it out to second base where Kung Fu Beer is standing. So that's a hit and a base hit and on base for the Grapplers as Inderari, is that how I've been saying it, is now up. Well, let's see. This is probably going to be a home run here against, well, they're stealing. So that goes to second. He can't throw it. What the? So that just happened. Mariana Beer picks it up, and the placement of my fingers on this controller were not matching what my eyeballs were looking at. Therefore, I got 2 runners on. And we have Cybex pitching to foul now, who does grind that one out. Why didn't we just throw it to... Oh, my lordy. We're falling apart here at the seams. Like a good home run, how the ball comes out of the covering. The Beer Keggers are so close to a win, and now they're deciding to be dickheads and fall apart right now. Okay, that goes to Bojack, who's going to third as the second, and he's going to fire it back to first for a double play, and that's out number 3. And the Beer Keggers, after being called those obvious names, finally come out with a win. So 5-13 was the final score. We didn't want to put them at bat anyways again. So we had 2 pitchers on the day. We had Mariana Beer with the Grand Slam, the only home run of the day. Who cares about their stats? They lost. Now we got Dirtbaggers and Cybex were the 2 pitchers today. Here's the number 3, of course. Grand Slam Queen, Mariana Beer comes in at number 1. Mr. Reliable, somewhere in the top 3 usually, comes in at second. And then who cares about their number 3 as we look at the stats, or as we looked at the stats. So that is the end of that game. Let's just do this stuff and let's see who's going to be playing here again on the next game. It looks like the Beer Keggers at 9-0 are going to be hosting the Wild Pigs, who are 7-2. Starting pitcher will be Jose Stu. And let's take a look at some things here right now to see if this is something we're going to continue or if we're going somewhere else.